Have you ever been denied entry to the US, or have you ever felt like you want to know how it feels to be denied? So let me tell you today my story. I was going to a conference in Las Vegas, and today I'm going to recap a little bit of notes that I wrote. I sat there sad and I took a lot of notes here on my book, and I feel like this video might help some people understand what went on and how can you prepare if you're going to the US. Don't do the mistake that I did. Don't be overconfident, or you're going to get your ass kicked out of the US like I did on a flight and be detained in a prison cell that doesn't have any windows and is bright as the sun. You know, you're not going to sleep there. You're just going to be thinking, how the hell am I going to pass time? Because you go into that room, man, you can't fucking sleep. That room is so fucking bright, so goddamn, I don't know, the toilet, when you flush it, it can wake up a polar bear, as I wrote in my while they're hibernating, right? In my, what is it called? My journal. All right, so let's go through this. I arrived to the United States. I go to the border. I'm happy. Because why? Have this in mind. I'm going to a conference in Las Vegas, okay? And I've been to the US 2 times before. I was there in 2018 as a tourist, B1, B2 visa, everything's good, right? And then I went there as a student to finish my studies or just do my master's for like 3 months. All right, so that's the background. I have a Swedish citizenship, right? And I'm born in Tehran. As some of you might know, that's a red flag already. Okay, so I arrive. There's a line of different, officers. I'm going there. It's day, and Seattle is beautiful, man. It just reminds me of Vancouver. Probably it's close to Vancouver anyways. So beautiful trees, in the background. And I'm just like, okay, gonna go through. Everything's gonna be fine, right? Fuck no. So I go to this guy, Chinese looking guy, looks friendly, sitting next to a black guy. I'm like, here you go, diversity. I'm in USA. Allow this hairy Middle Eastern man too, Anyways, I go there, and then this guy's like, you're lucky today. You're going this way. And I'm like, well, I got lucky. I'm going to the border control check, the extra check, because he asked me, what are you doing here? Are you working in the US, sir? I'm like, well, what do you mean with working? Because I'm not employed in the US, but I have a US business. And at that point, later, let me tell you, you don't want to be too honest. I was too honest. Why did I say I have a US business? What does that do with anything? It's just probably making him more suspicious, right? So I said that bullshit, and then, he's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm going to Las Vegas. He's like, where are you staying? I'm like, Mardi or Merdi Hotel or something like that. And and then I had a conference there, right? So that's literally the reason I'm there. And I had a ticket back to Warsaw because that was my plan, to stay there for 7 days. Anyways, and of course, I had cash with me. I'm an entrepreneur and whatever. So he's like, you're lucky you got picked. I'm like, all right, let's fucking go. And he's like, yeah, nothing crazy, just a double check. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm born in Tehran. I'm used to this shit. Banks annoy me all the time. Getting entry to countries fucking always annoying. They always double check me everywhere. Dude, even in the fucking airport, everyone's checking into the fucking airplane. The guy comes in. Hey, sir, here's a, random check. I'm like, yeah, really random, really fucking random. Yeah, I'm from Iran. Of course you're gonna fucking check me, so I don't bomb your fucking airplane, right? So anyways, okay, so we go, they check me 3 times, 4 times, fucking go to the border control. I'm sitting there, and I'm feeling like shit. I'm like, okay, I have a connecting flight because I was in Seattle, right? And this was my second mistake. When you go there, first mistake is don't tell everything. Just whenever he asks, are you working here? Say no. Don't say anything else. Because I'm a friendly guy, I want to joke around, I want to have fun, I want to just live my life, right? But these guys, everything you fucking say, they'll be using against you. Maybe not. Maybe that's just my first experience, right? So anyways, we go there, and second mistake. What was the second mistake? Oh yeah, if you're going to fucking USA, bro, go to the city that you're supposed to be staying at. In my opinion, if I was landing in Las Vegas, the border control there would probably be more used to tourists, right? And the economy of Las Vegas is more tied to tourists. It just makes logical sense that they would not be trying to turn away a bunch of people, right? I fucking saved $200 on my flight, but I lost $1,500 because I didn't get into fucking Las Vegas. If I went to Las Vegas directly, probably this issue we wouldn't be sitting here, right? Good, lessons learned, like lessons learned. By the way, I lost my visa, so yeah. And you don't need to wait until the end of video. If you're going to USA, listen, go to ChatGPT, ask what are they looking for? They're looking for employment, they're looking that you have connections back home, you have property at home, you have reasons to get back. I should have just listed those for them. Like, I have a girlfriend, I'm going back, I'm starting a course next year, I need to be in Ukraine, blah, 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 done, right? Just give them what they need. Finish. I fucked up. I just confused them. That's my mistake, right? So it's always your mistake. Remember, even if we do our best, we might get denied. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, my flight is coming in like 1 hour, and I'm stressed as fuck. I'm like, guys, if you need any documents from me, let me know, because I have a connecting flight to Las Vegas. Like, I need to go there. And of course, they were like, no, don't worry. The airline will rebook you. I'm like, fuck. Okay, I'm going to be here for a while. And then I'm here 1 hour waiting, looking around in this fucking bright room without any fucking windows. There's all these Chinese looking people coming. One of them is getting, there's a French guy right there sitting, and like I'm like, how long have you been here? He's like, I've been here since 1 p.m. and it's 5 p.m. Like, fuck, he's been here for 4 hours for what? And there's another Chinese looking guy. He looks sad and he's like walking around like, fucking hell, I'm in a mental hospital, brother. So I'm like, okay, Adrian, relax. I wrote in my journal, I said, feeling very bad as I'm probably missing my flight. And that's going to cost another fucking $300 to book, of course. I wasn't trusting these people that they're going to book it for free. For what? What did the airline do wrong, right? And I was saying, it's part of the journey. I will keep building leverage. And that's what I was thinking, I just need to make so much more money that I don't give a fuck about this. I just say, listen, if you don't want to let me in, let me just fucking go back to my country. I don't have time to sit here, right? It's funny enough, stuck in a painful bureaucracy now, just like Pavel Durov, right? Because he was talking, his situation was way worse. He's the manager or the founder of Telegram, right? With 101 children and stuff. That I'm jealous of that. And he was stuck in the French bureaucracy, right? He was stuck in the French bureaucracy of some bullshit. They were harassing him to give them some information about Romanian elections or some shit. And he was actually in a prison, not in a way worse detention than I was for a night. I'll tell you about this detention. You're gonna see some crazy things in your head, like the fucking gulag. Not really. Okay, I think his case is more severe, blah blah. I will pass through. I feel powerless now. I was sitting there literally waiting for these people to just say, Adrian, and then every time they're like 2 questions, and then I go sit back down. There's like 4 officers coming and asking me the same fucking questions 3-4 times, right? It's really annoying, man. And I'm just thinking, am I gonna get passed through? I'm like, don't worry about it. Even if I don't, it's okay. It's like this, your mind is trying to like replay these negative things, and I'm getting more and more stressed. And on the flight, I was reading the vagus nerve, so I was just like doing this to, raise my or lower my heart rate and increase the variability. I just had learned this in a podcast. So I was just doing that all the time, man, trying to meditate, trying to not get too stressed and be okay. Even if they reject me, I'm okay with that, right? So I showed them the docs. I was writing here, I'm being honest. They're probably checking all my social medias. They took my phone. I was so surprised that they took my phone and they told me, what's the code? What the fuck? They're going to actually search my phone, and they took probably all my data. It's so invasive. I can see, if this makes America a safer place, go ahead. Check all my fucking phone that you want. Look everywhere you want. I don't give a fuck. But was that necessary? Maybe they prevent criminals and fucking with, weird photos. They probably check all my photos too. I don't have anything incriminating, so I'm not afraid, but it does feel a little invasive. I hope America becomes a safe and beautiful place in the future with these measures. But anyways, I was the false positive. I got kicked out. So I said, just doing their work. I can see that they're honest working people doing an emotionally hard job. They're probably saying no to people all the time, like questioning like the private lives of. There was a Czech lady with a fucking, leprechaun hat next to me. And she was like, yeah, I travel all the time. And she had she was the most hippie person you can imagine, right? And they were asking everything, like, why are you staying in the US? Are you going to go to another country? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? And I think they let her through in the end. So I was just sitting there listening to this black woman like questioning the fuck out of her, and she was like nervous. So yeah, like imagine, and you were seeing, and I heard people like get rejected too, and it was like, shit, am I gonna get rejected? So yeah, these people that are working there, it's a hard job, man. It's a hard job. And they were friendly. That's the thing. Like if I was in a different country, let's say Russia, and in the same situation, you probably wouldn't be in the same situation there. But if it was, I don't think they would be as friendly. Maybe, who knows? And yeah, I need to have better connection. It's been a beautiful day though. My notebook is my friend. I wrote, and yeah, life wouldn't be as crazy without these situations, right? Getting rejected. So next time, land on destinations. As I said, I wrote my lesson here. Next time, land on destination, right? Which means if you're going to Las Vegas, go to Las Vegas directly, even if it costs more. It's just going to be better. You're not missing any fucking connection flights. You're just so much safer, man. That is the last fucking time I'm going to save a little bit of money. If it's a lot of money, okay, I get that. But fucking hell, man. So I bought the insurance. Let's see if they reimburse me. I got to still contact the insurance. And I need to, okay, if you're going there, print your bank statement, print your fucking ticket, conference, property documents, anything that you show that you're not staying in USA, right? Anything, print everything. I didn't print. And imagine this, they're asking so many questions. I could have been like, boom, boom, bank statement, flight back, boom, 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 show it to your supervisor, you know? Why the fuck didn't I have things printed, you know? I was like, with my phone, okay, here, and there's no Wi-Fi there. It's the worst situation to be in. Don't fucking do that. And always ask ChatGPT, what are the requirements, right? So, anyways, yeah, man, it was such an emotionally charged thing, you know? So I think I said most of these things, and yeah. And they were probably checking my phone to see if I was sending a message like, oh, I'm going to stay here, I'm going to work here. Probably they didn't find anything. And that's what surprises me. Even if in my phone there were chats about like the conference, right? And they fucking just ignored that. And they just went through chats, which, you know, I date like an 18-year-old girl or my friends do. And they fucking check those. And they were like, so you're talking with someone about a 38-year-old man and he's together with his 19-year-old girl. What do you think about that? Or what do you say about that? I'm like, what? And right before this, by the way, I was there for like 3 hours and they take me to this fucking interview room. Have you seen the fucking movies where you go to these interview rooms where they sit down the motherfucking criminal and they are like, you are under fucking oath. Anything you will say here will be used against you and blah, blah, blah. I was like, thinking in my head, do I fucking need a lawyer here? This is fucking sounding like dangerous, right? I didn't call a lawyer in the end. I was like, I have nothing to hide. I feel confident I can pass this shit. But shit, man, that was scary. And as soon as, you know, that they said that, I'm under oath. If you lie, you will be banned from the US. I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, why is it so serious? I'm just trying to get to a fucking conference. But yeah, and you know, you're sitting there and I'm like, wait, I came here to go to the fucking conference and now I'm going to go to Alcatraz. Because I've dated a 19-year-old girl or my friend did, you know? Like, am I a human trafficker now all of a sudden? Whatever, man. Crazy, right? Crazy. I was going crazy. Like, I was like 2 officers sitting in front of me. I'm joking with them, you know? I'm like, well, anyways, I'm a party guy, you know? I like to party. And they're like laughing a little bit. But shit, this shit is serious, you know? They're sitting there. How much cash do you have with you? What are you intending to do? Go to the fucking conference. So, yeah, that was fucking scary, man. I mean, imagine at that one point they said, oh, with the person you were chatting, oh, you sent $35,000 in Bitcoin to Colombia. Is that true? I'm like, what? What? I have never sent that much Bitcoin. They're like, your phone has shown that. I'm like, nope, I have never sent. I don't even have that much Bitcoin. I don't fucking invest in Bitcoin. I've never sent. So I'm thinking, like, are these trick questions? So they're asking criminals, like, did you send money? And they are lying and you're under oath or something. Where the fuck did they find that? I am 100% sure I've never had sent any fucking Bitcoin to anyone for that fucking amount, to Colombia especially. And I searched my chats and I'm like, there's nothing in my WhatsApp, in my where the fuck did they find 35,000 Bitcoin? Are they trying to trick me? So I'm on the road and they're not. That's fucking weird, man. Anyways, maybe it was something they found. Maybe there was a chat. Like, I don't fucking know where they found it. I was like, no, I don't know anything about the Bitcoin. So I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. I felt like raped. Honestly, I felt raped. Now, I don't know if I can call them and be like, you just raped a transgender woman and her name was Adrianino Celentino or something. Because it fucking failed. Like, they're raping me, you know? Taking my phone, sitting me in a fucking dark room. Like, I'm a tourist, man. I'm here to just enjoy and learn some publishing stuff. And anyways, it's all good. They were just doing their job, you know? They're not bad people. And she was like, at one point, she even said, it's so nice because I was so open to her. She was like, oh, you know, we're just doing our job here, you know, nothing like crazy. And she said that probably because she saw I was not defensive. I was like, oh, why are you doing this? But I try to be in a good vibe, man. Always, like, fuck it. Even if they're gonna torture me, man, come torture me. I don't give a fuck. Just torture me and let me fucking go, right? At one point when I was sitting in that white room, I was thinking, just torture me for like an hour, whatever you're gonna fucking do. Like, put a cigarette on my hand, but let me fucking go. I don't want to sit in this white room for like 20 hours. But I did, and I was fine. It was hard, though. It was hard. So, yeah, that's kind of what happened, man. And I'm going through all of this, I wrote here, because I want more in life. If I didn't want that, I wouldn't have gone on this trip. My beautiful friend, who I love, Pavel, told me to go because I had some excuses like, oh, it's too long. But dude, the best people that I wanted to meet, the people who are in my business, the people who are making the money I want to be making, they're there. So I should go. That was my goal. And I did. And this happened. And I think it's a good experience, you know. It's a good experience to push me to do the more important things and continue to do what's important, right? So, yeah, anyways, at the end, they rejected me. After, imagine, I've been sitting there for 7 hours, brother. 7 hours sitting in a white room with people coming and going, a bunch of... I met a Swedish girl. She came in. She has a Swedish accent, of course. She has $1,000 to her name in her saving and cash accounts. I have 20. I told them, I can show you the bank statements. Give me the mobile and I'll show you. I have the money to... I don't need to stay here to work. That's why people come to the United States to immigrate, right? To work. Probably. I have enough money. Why do I need to come here? To fucking stay in USA. Yeah, I hope heaven's doors are not this strict. Or maybe they are. I don't know. Anyways, so what I was going to say is... Let me see if I have internet here. I do. Okay, what I was going to say is this. They were basically stripping my freedoms away step by step. Now, imagine they take your phone away. You have no internet. You have no connection to your friends. They're telling you no devices and you're sitting there for 7 hours. And then in the end, they say no to you and they set you in a white room with a steel bed with a little, I don't know, what is it called? Hanger? What is it? This? What are these like summer beds between the palm trees? You know, I even, I think drew one of these palm trees here in my notebook. Do you see that? I don't know the word for it. I still don't know. So, yeah, man, they put me in a room. I was like, hey, sir, are you going to turn off the light so we can sleep? He's like, no, that's going to be turned on. I'm like, are we going to sleep with that? He's like, yep. And then he closed the door. And that's it. We can't open the door from inside. And I'm like, man, it was brighter than this. Whatever this is, it's going to be way brighter than this. There's two guys already kind of sleeping. And I'm like, can I go to the bathroom? Is the bathroom's right there. Literally like the, you know, prisons. There's a steel bathroom, bro. Steel. You can fucking take a hammer. Your hammer's going to break if you put your hammer on that shit. And I go to pee there and I see, for some fucking reason, half of the toilet was filled with water. I'm like, dude, the guys who are sleeping, they're going to hear me pee. So I was standing over that thing and, you know, it's not a like locked toilet. It's just a little separator and you can see them and they can see you. So I'm like trying to pee there. I fucking can't. I'm standing there for 3 minutes trying to pee, holding my dick with my one hand and holding myself to the other thing. And I just couldn't pee, man. For 3 minutes, I couldn't pee. Because as soon as I pee, it's going to sound like, you know, water dropping. So it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. And then in the end, I managed to pee and I'm like, shit, do I have to now siphon it? They're sleeping and I siphon it and it's like dude, the loudest fucking noise you can imagine. And I'm looking over like they're not reacting. It was pretty bad. So yeah, again, little fucking separator. There's a sealed bathroom. There's a little fucking, I don't know, hand washing thing, and nothing else in the room, right? With this little steel bed. So I'm like, okay, I got 11 more hours to burn in this fucking random room until 8 a.m. where they're gonna open the doors. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna probably sleep. Put my jacket over my face and sleep. They took away everything. They stripped us, and we just had our clothes on, basically, in the room. Not even shoes. So yeah, I felt very humiliated. I felt extremely powerless. I felt like there was injustice. There was, just powerless. Like, what did I do wrong to be here at this moment? Nothing. And I guess we just gotta accept that. Sometimes life is gonna be between bigger powers and bigger decisions than us, and we're just gonna get crushed like ants between a fight of elephants, right? That's how I felt, just powerless. I just felt like I want to get to tomorrow. I want to feel better. I hadn't slept for 3 days because I went from Lviv to Warsaw to Seattle, and then from Seattle, and imagine, from Lviv to Warsaw, that's 10 hours. From Warsaw to Frankfurt, 4 or 5 hours. From Frankfurt to Seattle, 12 hours. And from Seattle to Las Vegas was another 4 hours, right? 4 or 5 hours. I'm counting with the waits between the flights, right? So just sitting there, I'm like, fuck, I haven't slept. And I try to sleep. I go to sleep. And man, first of all, I had so much adrenaline during the whole fucking day. I just couldn't fall asleep. And at the end, I managed to fall asleep just a little bit. And then I wake up. I'm like, okay, seems still bright. We don't have any fucking windows to know if it's in the night. And then I press a button, which is for them to come, right? And then they come. And I tell them, yo, can I go out? And they're like, they came after like 5 minutes. They're like, where do you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, just, can we leave the room? I thought it was like voluntary. No, you can't. You're in our custody. All right. When can I leave? 8 in the morning. All right. So what's the time? 1 a.m. I'm like, what? Would you say? 1 a.m.? Bro, did I just sleep 2 hours? Like, I went to sleep so tired, I thought I'm going to wake up like after 12 hours, right? Man, I hadn't even slept more than 3 hours. And I had another 9 hours to sit in this fucking white room, looking at the roof, thinking, am I going to be judged by God? Or am I going to die tomorrow? Or am I going to die by cancer? Am I going to have children before my life? And I literally felt like different events of my life were coming to my brain. I'm starting to think, oh, my dad, he, had sex with my mom. I came into her womb and I grew and I became like this guy. I immigrated to Sweden. Like everything, all the fucking events are coming to my brain. And I'm like, holy shit, is this it? Is this how it feels to fucking be in prison? I don't know, but this is scary as fuck. And what am I going to do for 9 hours? I almost have ADHD. I was almost going to call that shit, be like, I have ADHD. I can't be in this room, bro. Like, in my normal life, I'm always doing something, always thinking about something. What the fuck am I gonna do? So, anyways, I sat down. I knew I'm not gonna fucking fall asleep again. I was just sitting there. 8 more hours to fucking do something until they tell us in the morning to do something else, right? And I already got rejected. Already felt like fucking cold water on my face. It felt like shit. Injustice, whatever you want to call it. But, it's not their fault, partially. It's, they just have a checklist, I guess. And by the way, let's be honest here. I'm born in Iran. That's the first red flag for them, right? Second, in the same passport, I have a US visa. I have also a Russian and a Belarusian visa. So, they wouldn't be fucking stupid to just imagine that I'm a spy, right? So, those are 2 more red flags. And then, what else? I guess that I live in Ukraine, right? Because I told them. And I'm thinking back, like, did I need to tell them? Probably not. I could have just told them I live in Warsaw. That passport is in Warsaw, whatever. So I did tell them a little bit too much. So, yeah. Yeah, and I haven't eaten, like, for 3 days at that point. So, yeah. Just was scary times, man. I felt like I was a criminal. Literally, that's what I was feeling, man. Like, it was not like you go to a person's house. Let's say you go to a person's house. They tell you cannot come in. Now, can they fucking hold you for 2 days? That's how it, you're not a criminal. They just didn't let you in, you know. But I felt like I was a criminal. Like I did something wrong. It's crazy, man. I know it's like security, whatever you want to call it, that they didn't let us use our phones or laptops. But you know, why not? Like, what am I gonna do with my laptop? Am I gonna order a fucking helicopter attack on the building? I guess some people would do that, or tell their fucking criminal friends to raid the fucking airport and find them. But anyways, they didn't let us use the laptop. And meditating, and let me say, workout. I did a workout. I had just learned that workout will increase your acetylcholine or something, like your alertness. And I wanted to focus on meditating. So I did a workout. I just took my clothes off in the prison cell. I felt like a black man, or like this guy, Yuri Boyka. Yuri Boyka, that's his name. Dude, I took my clothes off, boom, 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 training. Push-ups, I put my legs on did some handstand push-ups for my shoulders. Did some one-leg sit-ups, one leg. And after the workout, I felt amazing, brother. I felt like, damn, this is like the coolest feeling ever. Like, I felt like shit that I got rejected and stuff. I'm like, okay, life is fine. I lost $2,000, but life is fine. After the workout, I had this amazing feeling going through my body. I just released all these nice hormones, serotonin, I don't know, adrenaline, acetylcholine, or whatever it's called. I don't know. Go to Andrew Huberman's lab to learn those stuff. But actually, I can show it to you. I don't know what exactly it is, but I wrote it down here somewhere. Can't find it. So it's called acetylcholins. Acetylcholins? I don't know, man. Norepinephrine. Norepinephrine and acetylcholins. When you activate the vagus, these things with intense exercise, these things norepinephrine and acetylcholine. And yeah. Anyways, after the workout, I got to sit and meditate, brother. I can tell you, meditation makes time go past quite fast. You know? So I sat and meditated and it felt amazing. Already, I felt so good, man. After that meditation, I meditated for probably 1 hour or something. Just sat down in a comfortable position. Just focus on my breath. And of course, sometimes your mind takes you away, some memories, something. But then after the workout and meditation, I felt like, okay, I'm starting to feel sleepy. I went to sleep and I actually slept for 3 or 4 hours. So that was quite good. I mean, the workout plus the meditation let me sleep again. So if I would have worried about what's going to happen, oh, I lost money, why didn't I get into USA, I lost all these opportunities and stuff, it would have fucking made me go crazy. You can't live in the past. Don't read yesterday's newspaper. So those are my advice for you if you get detained. You know, this is a video to watch. So anyways, yeah, this was the first time my freedom truly was taken away, I would say. I've never felt that before. I always thought, oh, it's not a problem to sit in a white room. You can just think about stuff. No, man. Your brain is not designed for that shit. Your brain is designed to always get fucking input, be in a fucking jungle. Being in a white room is the most crazy, weird feeling, bro. It's very hard. It's very hard. I can tell you it's very fucking hard. It's different if you choose to be in a white room. That is fucking different. Not knowing when it's day, when it's night, what's happening outside. It is a very hard feeling. If you have books and stuff, if you have games, it's different. It's different. But if you're just in a white room without anything, yeah, I was going crazy, man. I was going to the corners. I was putting my head. I was feeling the cold and I was going crazy. So staring at those blank walls, and there was a loud ventilation too. It's a constant buzz. It's zzz, fucking crazy, man. And yeah, I was remembering the Soviet Gulag. What is it called? The Gulag Archipelago. I was like, wait, this is not that bad, bro. I'm not getting tortured. These guys are nice to us. They're asking would you like to have some water, sir? Would you like to have some noodles and some fucking warmed up food? At least there's some food. And people were eating. I was like, no, I'm not going to eat. Why should I eat at this point with this shitty food? No. But, man, nature is beautiful, man. Being free is beautiful. And I hope no one's freedom ever gets taken away unjustly, but it felt bad, man. It felt bad, and I don't know, but yeah, being tortured and seeing your friends die, like that is just next level shit, man. This is just nothing. They're keeping you fed, and I really felt an appreciation for life at this moment. So yeah, anyways, I'll tell you some funny things. One of the guys who was in the cell with me, of course I talked with him. One of them was Chinese, and he couldn't. He's like, no English, no English. I'm like, okay, no problem. You drink tea, chai, yeah. And I tell him, cha. I was trying to show him the tea ceremony that I learned in Ukraine, and yeah, funny enough, he was like, no. I was like, cha, very nice. You know Tibet, meditation. I'm like, he's like, Tibet, what's Tibet? I'm like, Buddha, you know Buddha, mountain, you go up, ski. Then he was laughing. He was like, what? I was like, oh, no worries, bro, it's all good. Chai in the mountain, Tibet, Buddha. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I was trying to communicate with this guy. I guess I was just trying to subconsciously be a good friend to another prisoner. So, anyways, that was what's happening, and then. Yeah, but by the way, the reason probably the lights were on all the time, and when they were taking my jacket had like a string. They were like looking at it, a string. I was like, what? And first thing that comes into my mind, I'm like, wait, if they're worried about that, it means that they would be worried that it's dangerous for me or someone else, which means they don't let you take shit to the room because probably some people who get detained and being like sentenced to send back, probably they kill themselves. I'm like, wait, and I'm looking at the officer. I'm like, wait. Did somebody try to kill himself or hang himself with that? And he's like, not answering me. I'm like, holy shit. As soon as he said that, I said, holy shit. Probably people have tried hanging themselves. That's why they got cameras there, and that's why they don't turn off the lights so they can see with the cameras, right? So it's insane, man. It's insane. I mean, imagine some people who are coming to America and they have nothing to go back to. They would probably kill themselves. So these people, they have put these procedures not for reasons, right? I'm sitting there meditating, doing workout and stuff. Most people are probably stressing the fuck out and maybe even being pushed to kill themselves. That is how harsh it is there. And it's not there, but it's just like the situation, how they come to America, the land of dreams, and they just like fucking kill themselves if they have something sharp, right? So they don't want to deal with that. So they search you, they fucking take everything away. And of course, you can still kill yourself by bumping your head against the wall, but most people won't do that. It's not easy to kill yourself like that. So you gotta be really fucked up to do that. So anyways, so kind of dark video, right? Very dark. And yeah, what else did I write here? Yeah, man, one of the biggest things was like the wasted hours. I felt like I was wasting time. Anyways, I wake up, we go out, I tell them, can I have my laptop? They're like, no, you're in our custody. I was like, wait, yesterday I had. She said, well, yesterday was yesterday, we're doing today now. I'm like, fucking hell. And imagine, now it's 8 a.m., my flight is at 2 p.m. Like, what am I gonna do for fucking 8 hours? It's fucking annoying, brother, annoying. But then at least, whatever. I kept my mood up. I said, can I talk to the supervisor? I'm a cool guy, even though you guys rejected me. I'm still a cool guy. No worries. You're just doing your job, And they were laughing, I was talking about baseball with some of them. I was like, dude, how's your sleep schedule? To one of the officers, like at 10 p.m. He's like, yeah, it's kind of fucked. I'm like, yep, I know. I was a bartender in Sweden. So it was an interesting place, man. It was interesting. And during this whole thing, I was just trying to be friendly. I talked to the supervisor. They never gave me an answer why I got rejected. He's like, you couldn't show that you don't have enough, you're not an immigrant to you. I'm like, what? In my mind, I was thinking, man, probably you guys are rejecting me because I'm Iranian and I've been to Russia and Ukraine or something, that you think I'm a spy or something. I don't know. But in any case, in the end, like the next day, I was talking to the Mongolian guy. I almost got him to do push-ups with me. And he was really cool. And the funny thing is, one second. Yeah, I don't know. And he came to me with a fucking jacket. Poor guy, he had a student visa. He came earlier than his visa. And I told him, bro, you made a mistake. I made a mistake. You should have called them. You should have called them and asked them, can I come earlier than my visa starts? they would have probably told you no. And he's like, yeah, yeah. And he's like, are you famous on Instagram or YouTube? I'm like, why do you say that? He's like, you sound like this famous motivational guys. As soon as he said that, I'm like, that's a fucking compliment, man. That's a cool compliment. So I understood why he's saying that, because during those hard times, man, I didn't lose hope. My dad has been in like unjust, let's say, detention also for 20 days in Iran for political reasons. Basically, he's against the regime or something, or that's what they thought, right? And he has disagreements about the politics and stuff. So the cool thing is that he said that to me, that am I a motivational speaker? And I said no. It's like, yeah, it's pretty good. You're doing workout and meditation and stuff. I thought you were praying. I was like, well, I'm writing devotionals. Actually, my books arrived. Look at these beautiful books, man. These are very nice books. I'm gonna show you one of them. It's pretty fucking good looking. Yeah. Look at the inside. Pretty beautiful. Okay. You see, there's pages with devotionals. I'll show you. Oh. Look at those pages, man. Lovely. And I haven't made that much money on this book particularly, but I can tell you I'm gonna make more books and it's gonna be better and better. I have like this full page beautiful, what is it called, paintings inside, and devotionals for each day, the Sabbath table. There you go. So anyways, yeah, I make devotionals. So I said, yeah, might be good, but I'm not gonna lose hope, right? And at some point he got also vulnerable. He was crying. He's like, yeah, you took my parents' money. I came here. So poor guy. He didn't get in. He got deported too. I told him, listen, it's a good lesson for you. And he's like, yeah, man. I'm like, yeah, you could have been in prison, man. And he's like, yeah, bro, I didn't know prison will feel like this. And there are dangerous people in prison. I'm like, yeah, you don't want to go to prison, brother. You don't want to do something, stupid. So yeah, anyways, in general, I did have a property. I had two different visas. I've been to USA 2 times before, so I was overconfident. I thought they're gonna let me for no. Why would they reject me? And I had a conference ticket. I had a ticket back. I had money in my bank account, enough cash. I had properties in Georgia and Poland, which I was renting. Yeah, I just didn't have employment, and they were like, "You're traveling too much. You can't show that you're staying in one place." What does that have to do with anything? Fucking stupid. But yeah, born in Tehran, Russian visa, Belarusian visa, and living in Ukraine seems risky, right? And this, I don't know if this like 19-year-old with 39-year-old thing. Anyways, whatever they saw, it made me feel risky, and they made me a false positive. I had zero intentions of, why would I ever illegally stay in USA, understanding that I have a Swedish passport? Why would I ever risk that? What does USA have to give to me? Nothing. Not in that way. So anyway, that's the story. Hope you enjoyed and have a good day. Watch this other video if you haven't already. And let me know if you have ever been in a similar situations. Leave a comment down below and tell me in which country and how did it go. All right. Have a good day. Bye.